bring this up to you is that last night at Comic-Con, you did say that like one thing that could tempt you to return would possibly be Spider-Man, but which Spider-Man?
Tom Holland, without a shadow of a doubt.
So the hype for Spider-Man 4 has begun as Tom Holland has now gone on huge shows that millions of people watch to announce that Spider-Man 4 is happening. He's gone on Good Morning America, the Jimmy Fallon Show, and he's been on the Rich Roll podcast, which as of today almost has 500,000 views on it. So he's going on all of these big shows, and he's talking about how excited he is for the next Spider-Man film. And he says that he's read the script and filming is going to begin next summer. He also said, and I quote, "The idea is crazy. It's a little different to anything we've done before, but I think the fans are gonna really respond to it." And that is what he said yesterday morning on Good Morning America. Now, right away, with all of the rumors that we've been hearing, you've probably heard that most of the main insiders we talk about on this channel and who are big in this space have all said that Venom and Knull are gonna be in Spider-Man 4. And yes, that certainly is an idea that is crazy, especially if you consider the fact that the original idea for Spider-Man 4 was supposed to be pretty grounded with Kingpin and possibly a Spider-Man Daredevil team up with some other street level villains. So we've gone from that to Alien, Venom, with Tom Hardy's Eddie Brock, and a seemingly multiversal eldritch god of darkness, Knull. Now, I'm not going to spoil anything for Venom: The Last Dance, but there are some things in the movie that do hint that this could be coming. Plus, not to mention what Tom Hardy has said in recent interviews, the clip that we showed in the beginning. Him in an interview stating that what could tempt him to return as Venom, since he's claimed that this is his last movie as Venom, but the one thing that could tempt him to return is Spider-Man. And I actually find it very interesting that Venom: The Last Dance wasn't a big Venom Spider-Man movie, because Tom Hardy himself said that that was his goal. That was the end goal for him. I've said this many times, but he said that if the movies were the Olympics, then Spider-Man was the gold medal. So I'm really shocked. Now, of course, there's two different universes here and the multiverse and the rights with Sony and Marvel. So there's a lot that goes into this. Unfortunately, it's definitely not all up to him, but it still does sound like something else is coming. If you check out what he says in other parts of this interview with comicbook.com, you can see that he is basically saying there is something else coming. Take a look.
If not Venom, who is a character that you think moving forward could potentially be an adversary for Knull?
Wow. I think...
You can't go there.
I can't,
You can't go there.
I can't.
You're not allowed to go there. You're not allowed.
Not allowed.
There's three things that we can't talk about, and that's one of them.
Who could be an adversary for Knull?
This is quite interesting. Chris Killian actually specifically asked Kelly Marcel, the director of Venom 3: The Last Dance. He said, "I think you did such a good job at setting up Knull, and besides Venom, obviously, who's a character moving forward that you think would be an adversary to Knull?" And Tom Hardy right away says, "We can't answer that. You can't answer that. You can't say." He says, "We're not allowed to go there. There are three things that we can't talk about, and that is one of them." Now, this really seems like it is a Spider-Man thing. Like, he can't talk about Spider-Man. You can't even say, oh, Spider-Man would be a good adversary to Knull, because that's hinting at all of the rumors that they have definitely heard. We know that the actors and the producers and the directors, they hear everything that goes around. Whether that's their friends sending them tweets or YouTube videos, they hear about it in one way, shape, or form. So Tom Hardy totally knows what's going on right now, what everybody is saying about Spider-Man 4, Venom showing up, Knull showing up, and everybody else probably knows as well. So they've been advised, hey, no matter what, you can't talk about these things. And what's really interesting and funny is that Tom Hardy seems to be kind of going down the same path that Andrew Garfield was in. Like, I believe this is the beginning of people going, hey, are you going to be in the next Spider-Man film? Especially after Tom Hardy himself said at, I believe it was New York Comic-Con, and also in this interview, he stated that one thing that might get him to come back is Spider-Man. That's another huge sign that the rumors about Spider-Man 4's plot with Venom and Knull could be true. Plus, also, not to mention, Kelly Marcel herself said that this is not a one and done with Knull. This was clearly just a setup, and if you see the post-credit scene, it's pretty clear on where they're going with Knull. Now, recently, Tom Hardy did address some rumors about Spider-Man 4. Like I said, it's starting already and he's becoming the Andrew Garfield because he's never going to be able to come out and say, yes, I'm in the next Spider-Man film. Yes, I'm appearing in Spider-Man 4. Yes, Spider-Man and Venom team up. Like, he can't say that until it's officially announced. So someone recently asked about it and he said, I don't see him in the next Spider-Man movie because I'd have the script. And I don't have that. That's kind of a typical actor answer when they're asked if they're going to be a surprise cameo or a surprise character in a movie. I mean, Andrew Garfield so many times said he's not the werewolf. He's not in the movie. In fact, in the Jimmy Fallon interview that came out a couple of days ago with Tom Holland, Jimmy Fallon did a bit about how when they interviewed him last time, he swore that Toby and Andrew weren't in the movie. And Tom said, yeah, and I literally just come from filming with them on set when I told you that. Of course, they can't say, yes, this is what is happening. So this answer is kind of funny to me because it could also be true. Yeah, they're working on the script right now. Tom Holland says it's great, but there's still some things that they're working on. Plus, Tom Hardy has been busy with Venom 3, shooting it and then now going around to promote it. He's doing the press tour. Yeah, he probably hasn't read the script yet. For one, it's not done, but two, because of all the stuff with Venom, the press tour, Comic-Con, all of that, yeah, he probably hasn't had the time to read it. So this, I actually do think, is a truthful response, but I'm sure he's spoken with people about appearing in Spider-Man 4. Now, keep in mind, these are reports from insiders right now, and it's not confirmed yet. In fact, we have a conflicting report from another insider, and this has kind of confused some people. The insider, My Time to Shine Hello, came out and said, yeah, I really don't think we're getting Knull in Spider-Man 4. Bummer, because I was hoping for it. Now, I believe the reason she might have said this is because there's no direct mention of Spider-Man, or at least a Spider-Man-Venom team-up in either of the post-credit scenes. And I think with all of the rumors going around, a lot of people thought that we might get some big tease for Venom and Spider-Man. I was one of those people as well who thought they might do that. But they did not set up Spider-Man 4 in the post-credit scenes for Venom: The Last Dance, and I think that's why she might be saying this. However, Alex Perez from the Cosmic Circus, who has a great track record with scoops, was talking on Twitter about the reasons why Blade has been removed from the 2025 schedule. And somebody asked him, now, what about the details you mentioned about Knull and Spider-Man 4? In which he replied, I'm not deferring from my statements, and I'm sticking to my guns on it. If it doesn't happen, so be it. And I'll admit I'm wrong, but I trust my sources and I'm sticking with my reporting. His reporting is that Knull and Venom will appear in Spider-Man 4. And according to his tweet, that is what his sources are still telling him. They are still saying Venom and Knull, Spider-Man 4, still on. So again, it's not confirmed, but Alex does have a great track record with scoops. He clearly has sources, and he is a source himself. And if we look back at this interview for Venom: The Last Dance, where Tom Hardy says, yeah, we can't talk about who could be an adversary for Knull moving forward, because obviously Knull is going to encounter another adversary in the future. So we can't really talk about it because we don't want to reveal that it's probably Spider-Man. Plus, Tom Hardy is literally saying that the reason he would come back again as Venom could possibly be Spider-Man. Everything really does seem to be pointing to Spider-Man 4 being a Spider-Man-Venom team-up with possibly other Spider-Man like Andrew Garfield's and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man showing up to team up with Tom Holland's Spider-Man with Venom to take on Knull. And if you think about it, that really does kind of make the most sense. Knull is a incredibly powerful eldritch god of darkness who wields the Necro Sword, and he's the creator of the symbiotes. So no surprise he's not a one and done with Venom: The Last Dance, which again, Sony and Marvel have revealed already. And it makes a lot of sense that it would take a pretty decent team to defeat him. And it would take a smart team, in which of course we know that Peter Parker, all of them, are really smart. So it looks like that still could be the play for Spider-Man 4, Knull and Venom to show up, but again, none of this is confirmed yet. Take it with a grain of salt. But also let me know if this is something that you would like to see happen. It seems like no matter what we get from Spider-Man 4, it is going to be multiversal in some way, shape, or form. And they do hint at in Venom: The Last Dance that Knull is kind of a multiversal entity. You'll see what I mean when you see the movie. In the meantime, let me know your thoughts on the reported plot from Alex Perez about Spider-Man 4. Do you like this? Do you not? Let us know. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the latest MCU news. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.